Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to calculate stock price. So this is stock price calculation using non-constant uh, dividend discount model. In other words, this is the model in which the dividend growth is not constant. So let me start with a summary of this problem. So I'm gonna summarize here. So I'm gonna put solution, and then I'm going to start with summarizing the information here. So first of all, we have the dividend. So the dividend in this case is given for the last period, so it is D0, and that equals to 1.85. And then other information, let's see what is given here. So the growth, and then here we have all the growth I'm going to summarize later, and then we have cost of capital. So here in stock valuation, we call R sub S for stock cost of equity. So that is 19.99%. Okay, so we did summarize those two things here. Then I'm gonna draw a timeline. Okay, so first I'm gonna put growth, and then I'm gonna do dividend, DIV, and then I'm gonna do net cash flows. Okay, so actually here I'm gonna do terminal value. Okay, terminal value, or P, whatever terminal value, let's say, or horizon value, okay, that's also terminal value. And then I'm gonna do net cash flows. All right, so let me start with time one. This is time one. Okay, also I'm gonna put here, let me insert a column here, a row here, time. Okay, so I'm going to start with time one, and then I'm going to start with the growth rate. Okay, suppose the company is paying dividend, it's growing 30% for the next 5 years. Okay, it's growing 30% for the next 5 years, so 30%, and then I'm gonna go until year 5. So here this one is year 2, and so I'm going to select both of them. So it's going to go until year 5. All right, and after that it's going to grow at the rate of 5.25%. So in year 6 it's going to be 5.25%, which is the constant growth. So we have a dividend is growing here in one rate, high rate, and here the dividend is constant. And as you remember that we can treat this valuation as a constant growth model, and we can find the stock price in year 4. Okay, so let me dividend. So I'm going to do equal, and our dividend in time 0 is 1.85%. So if I multiply that amount by 1 plus the growth rate, which is 30%, and I'm going to do enter. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag the formula so that I don't want this number to be changing. So what I'm going to do here is, in this first case, I'm calculating dividend, and then I'm going to go to the second one. So you see it's changing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the calculated dividend here. Okay, so now let me see. All right, looks good. If I drag this formula, let's see what happens. Okay, the dividend in the last time times 1 plus 30%. Okay, so what I can do is I can drag this formula. So dividend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the constant growth here. In year 6, the dividend is constant. Okay, so what we can do is we can calculate the horizon value in year 5. Horizon value in 5 or equals to, this one is price in year 5. Okay, so this one is the price in year 5. If you recall stock price calculation in year 5, that equals to your dividend in year 6, you divide by RS minus the growth rate, Okay, can you see clearly? I'm gonna close this parenthesis. So I got my stock price for year 5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calculate net cash flows now from this stock. So for that, I'm just formatting right now. Let me see here what I can do. All right, I'm gonna put those number here. This number plus nothing, because there is no terminal value in year 1. Okay, so I'm just setting up the formula, and I'm going to drag this formula, and then I'm going to stop here. So these are the net cash flows I'm going to be using to calculate stock price. Let me format the decimal. So I want to put at least 4 decimal. All right, these are the net cash flows we calculated using the information given in the question. So now what we're gonna do is, now this one is actually is the time value of money problem with uneven cash flow. Okay, so if you recall, we can use NPV keyword in Excel and then solve for the price. So here in this case, what I'm going to do is price or P0. Okay, the P0 is price right now, and then I'm going to put this is subscript. So the P0, which is the price is the present value, and this is time 0. So I'm going to calculate the price or present value of uneven cash flows using the keyword NPV. So NPV, that equals to the rate, which is the cost of capital, cost of equity, and I'm going to select all the values. I'm going to select all the values here. So here is the solution. So I'm calculating price of this stock is the present value of all future cash flows, all future expected cash flows. All right, so $31.56. This is the price, and this is the solution for this problem. So before I end this video, I want to show you the formula. Okay, so formula text, and here, all right, formula text, and the same thing for this one, and the same thing for this one. Okay, all right, so these are the formula text. So I hope this video will help you to understand the calculation. Okay, so this is, and here I don't know what is this one. All right, so this is the solution. So when you have a dividend that is non-constant, in other words, dividend is growing at different rate, then what we need to do is we need to find the dividend until the year that gets constant, and the year prior to the constant year you can calculate the price terminal value of the stock, in this case year 5. So now if we look from perspective from now, what is the price of the stock right now? The price of the stock right now is the present value of all expected future cash flow. Okay, if I ask you a question, what is the price of the stock in year 5? This is what is going to be the price in the stock 5. If I ask you what is the price of the stock right now, this is the answer. Okay, answer is the present value of all expected future cash flows. In this case, we have dividend and the price, the terminal value of the stock in year 5. Right? Thank you.